We are the second last day when we want to talk about the companionship of our Mother Mary. Now, look at this. When did you have the best companionship experience? I can tell you, recently I had one of its own. I had this nephew of mine and one of my grandchild. Don't worry, I'm a grandfather. Whom I kept their company. Let me tell you one thing. They kept messing me up now and again. At one time I asked, what should I do with them? How should I contain them? When they decide to come to me, sometimes they will come when I'm working. They distract me. I remember one day I was on an online class. My nephew comes, knocking the door. Uncle, uncle. He wants to come to stay with me. I asked, why should he come at this hour? I'm doing some work. But not knowing what to do, and because he kept insisting, I had to sneak out of the online call, go and send him back to the grandma. But you see, there is something I will not ignore, that he wanted my company when I didn't want him. Now, there are some moments in life we have taken people for granted. And especially when we want to look at the life of our mother and the life of the mission of Christ. When we talk about the first Christian community, we are told those who were there, or the 11, and Mary, Mother of God. The Acts of the Apostles says straightly. But afterward, they don't give account what the mother did. But our presence in that foundation of the Christian community was real, great, and impacting. Why would she remain faithful to her son to keep the company of the disciples? That is the question we need to reflect on. Therefore, when we talk about companionship today, is when we get to be open to the reality. There are those people who can be around us, make a lot of noise, like my nephew. And there are those people who can be in our lives, quietly accompanying us without sometimes being noticed. I can tell you, I have realized the two categories. Now that you have heard, my nephew and the rest who can fall that category are there. Noisemakers in my life. I accommodate them. But there is also some people I have realized through this project. They have never given up supporting. Even during this pandemic, I have seen their willingness to keep their support. Keep calling. Keep sharing ideas. Keep me focused on the dream we have of realizing this spiritual center for our Mother Mary. What about you? What are you experiencing in your life? What kind of people do you have that you can call companions? Today, pray for these two groups of companionship. Trust from our mother and from some people, you would have people walking beside you, trying to motivate you, trying to encourage you, but also be assured in that companionship you would have got noisemakers whom you have no otherwise. Unless you speak to them, unless you accompany them, you will never do anything constructive. I had to accompany my nephew, to listen to him, to attend to him, for him to give me peace to do what I wanted. That's what sacrifice means. When you receive, expect to give. And blessed are the hands that gives than receives. May this lesson of our mother as a companion in our lives teach you to be a good companion first, for you to receive others as your companions. May God bless you. May God enlighten you. May God encourage you when you are accompanying others.